We have 5 beers in this Fast Five, and I'm asking you to vote for Estate Sale, which features people for sale at an auction. But they want to be for sale. You just have to vote for that movie so we can find out why.
When your dreams come true, that's great. But what if your nightmares started to come true too? Vote for Creature of My Dreams, and we'll tackle these dreams and nightmares together.
Harrison, I've been thinking about VHS tracking.
Oh no, here we go.
No, listen, did you ever notice how the worse your tracking gets, the more invested you become in the movie? Like, you miss the first 4 minutes of Terminator 2 and you just made peace with it. Like, you decided John Connor is a plumber and he's in a troubled marriage.
His wife doesn't understand the time travel thing.
Exactly. And she's like, why are you so obsessed with that robot? And he's like, I can't explain it, Linda. Just trust me. In the year 2029.
In 2029, Linda's going through a divorce, by the way. She got the house.
And the T-1000 is just in the guest room the whole time, like scrolling TikTok like a real, actual human.
He just wanted to learn if high fives are bad for your health.
Honestly, maybe he was never even evil. He just needed a ride to the mall, and Linda took the car in the settlement.
Yeah, that explains the whole third act.
You know what? This is why we drink.
And why we watch movies. Let's get ready to build 5 of our own.
Before we do, we got to recap what we did last week. At your request, we made a movie called True Love based on a beer from Martin House Brewing, and it was
something. It was not a rom-com, although maybe it kind of was, but grossly so if you stuck around for the epilogue.
An Alabama rom-com.
Alabama rom-com action. That's the next one we got to do. That'll be fun. They'll be singing some Leonard Skinner in that one instead of some Chumbawamba. But okay, let's recap True Love. This one had some gems in it, some perfect ham gems, John. We did a lot here. We did a lot. What are your first thoughts? Obviously, I always have a few, but I'll let you start. What comes to your mind first?
First thing, I love ham. I like to buy it in like the big ham chunk and then cut it into smaller chunks so I can just grab a chunk of ham and eat it.
That's the
God,
dream.
that's so good.
That's
and I've never thought of buttered ham until we did that. I was like, why am I not adding butter to my ham? That would be delicious. So buttered ham, great. Megan Fox from Transformers.
Yes, that was fun.
Sure. Didn't expect that, but really glad we did it. Although, Marissa, you're still my queen.
Of course.
Just there. I'm not saying you did email us or your people did email us. But
she'll be back, folks.
We don't want to put you in that movie. And so my biggest thing, though, is I can't really decide if Nathan was the hero or the villain.
Oh, whoa. Okay. What do you mean?
So we had these people being bred by robots, and we know now that they were going to be sent to a lake of acid by the robots. So, like, the robots weren't going to do the best for humanity.
Sure.
But Nathan found himself in an underground hedonistic pleasure city with Megan Fox.
Yeah.
And he decided, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to stop the robots from ending humanity. And then once he did, he didn't like become humanity's caretaker. He just sent them down there to fend for themselves, which is kind of like what the robots were doing.
Okay.
Like, every hero can be a villain, I think, or you in your own life. Like, you can tell yourself you're being a hero, and Sharon, who works with you, is like, God, he's such a dick. So, like, everyone has their own story. We kind of told this from Nathan's perspective, but as I thought about it, I was like, he could have also been the dick in this movie.
Indeed. I guess he could have been, you're right. And it's hard to blame him, though. He kind of lived a sheltered life and then fell into a pile of raincoats in front of a half-naked Megan Fox. So really, his ability
can be disorienting.
His ability to compute and make rational decisions probably disappeared pretty quickly after that. But a fair point. You're right. It's all about perspective. Are you the hero or the villain? Do we ever know? Or are we all just kind of in the middle, hoping we don't lock eyes with that guy in the grocery store who used to work with us, so you have to say something to him? That's most of us, just trying to coast down the middle. Nathan,
I think his name was Frank. I don't remember. I
was
don't
he
know.
married or divorced? Does he have kids? Do I have kids? What do I know about him?
I'm just here to get Fritos.
High school together too, right?
Get the Fritos and get out.
Buy one, get one.
Should have
Today
gone
only.
to the bodega.
Get me out of here. So I guess Nathan should be applauded for taking a stand or doing something instead of just hiding behind a shopping cart. But I get your point. The heroes, villains, it's all in the eye of the listener, the viewer, the storyteller. Yeah, fair point. And for me, this one there were similarities to It's a Whole Thing, our previous feature. I feel like we're doing a lot of kind of, without even trying to, making some comments on the world, John, through story, instead of just yelling at you on your phone about how the water is poisoning you and we're poisoning the water and the food's killing us all and everyone's gonna die. We're trying to color the story a little bit, wrap it up a bit in some narrative instead of just forcing it down your brain. Yeah,
I mean, we live on regardless of what you believe, I'm not telling you that, here's what I believe.
Sure.
We live on a chunk that's floating in a gigantic universe.
Yes.
Close enough to a source of warmth where we could be alive.
A ham. You're talking about the ham?
Yeah, we're the butter on this ham.
That's right.
And there's enough stuff here to keep us alive and give us cool stuff. And then we throw all these systems and rules in place where now it's like, okay, now I have to work to get this, and I don't all this other stuff gets in the way. And now we're in the part of humanity's lifespan where we're creating kind of a new, I'm going to say new species.
There you go.
That if AI is to keep progressing, we might end up creating a species that is smarter and effectively better than us at a lot of things.
Right.
So it's a weird time to be alive. And if you think about you're wrong if you say what it's gonna look like next year. So I think we're doing what we feel in that no one knows what's coming. It could look like True Love. It could look like It's a Whole Thing. It could look like that other movie we made where the rare snack,
yeah.
where the AI was like controlling the village.
Yes.
It could look like any of those. AI could just be like, look at these guys, they're cute, let's put them in zoos and give them food. Who knows? Sci-fi writers, maybe. But so I like that you pointed that out. I don't think we're trying to tell anyone how to live, but maybe just like if you zoom out and you color it a little bit, we're all kind of living like the matched people, and the unmatched people,
and the unmatched. And there's, so we're maybe this show will be looked at as a cautionary tale in 100 years, or maybe it'll be completely wiped from the internet because the AI is won and we have no past. There is no past. You always mind our ankles in the ground. You always dug for tungsten.
This is all you've ever done. This is what you do. It brings you joy. Exactly how I talk to my AI.
You love writing these emails for me. It's great that we're doing it together.
Why don't we go back and rewrite that one?
I'll wait here. You let me know you're done. Right. So yes. So anyway, we did another one of those, and I think that's fine and good, and had some fun with it. Love the ham. Love the underground world. The baby bird. Oh yeah, the whole Matrix idea. So we kind of, I guess, talked around that in the Fast Five, and then Brian, longtime listener, fan of the show, Brian, dropped a comment on our Instagram saying this could be the Beer Me That Movie Matrix, and I think that definitely put a light bulb in our heads of like, oh man, we were kind of spinning that yarn. Let's lean into it. So we absolutely did, and I like where that took us. Where Nathan was kind of like this chosen one who could sing the right song. I mean, my God, we're bearing the lead. Tub Thumper by Chumbawamba was the thing that saved the day in this song. What an amazing idea. What a ridiculous idea. The perfect 90s one-hit wonder for it to just scramble all these AI's brains and not know what to do with it, because who knows what to do. No one knows what to do with the name of that song and that band. That's enough to send anyone into a ham spiral, but it worked.
We've all sang it.
That's right. We all sang it. You're hopefully singing it now, or maybe you're angry. We're singing it last week. I'll probably be singing it for a week. That's okay. Another week. But that was fun and a cool idea. And we do that a lot, but I think in different ways. But right, there's some key or something from the old world that ends up defeating the new world. There's always an Achilles heel, and no matter how great your foe is, and we do that a lot. I remember that movie. Why
we have hope. Like if I look at the story of my life, it's been a lot of failure. But if I look at like movies like Rudy and The Matrix, I'm like, oh no, there's a way for us to not become zoo animals for AI.
Right. I don't need to die in this cubicle. I can be free. If only I can remember the song Tub Thumper by Chumbawamba.
I'm so glad I heard Tub Thumper before this happened. Right now, in some place in the world, there's an AI remixing Tub Thumping into a 1920s swing jazz song.
Yeah, you're probably right.
And you would hear it and you'd be like, damn, that's so good. We're so cooked. Whatever. At least we can be cooked. AI can take over the world tomorrow or next year. But in the meantime, I hope Beer Me That Movie makes you laugh.
Oh, yeah. That's what it's all about. I laughed a lot during that one. A lot of funny lines, funny scenarios, held a mirror up a little bit to the world. And you know, that's never a bad thing. Sometimes a scary thing to do, but we
hold the mirror up to yourself.
We need to look into that mirror and make sure we're okay with what's looking back. So that was another chance for us to do that and talk about Megan Fox this time in the process.
Whose PR agency has not emailed us.
No, not yet.
So it turns out, as long as we just keep switching between our favorite female actresses, we can cast them in whatever movie we want, Harrison. That's right. It wasn't a cease and desist. It was just a polite request.
That's right. Speaking of things we love, I think it's time for this week's Beer of the Week, John.
I am ready for this.
Okay, so this week we are enjoying Laid Back from
spelled
Jack's,
like Hawaiian.
Spelled Hawaiian like a lay.
You love this, Harrison.
I know. So the pun grabbed me. This is from Jack's Abbey Craft Lagers out of Massachusetts. It's an American light lager, and this is brewed exclusively for Trader Joe's.
Get out, really?
Yeah. So I saw this hanging out in Trader Joe's because I go in there all the time.
Great place for snacks.
Absolutely. And and had to grab it. So it's a cool can. It's got a pun. Jack's Abbey makes amazing beer.
That's like, do they only make lagers, right?
Yeah, that's their thing.
Like a brewery after my own heart.
Correct. So they're doing it. They were
Budweiser
brewing lagers before it was cool. And from Jack's Abbey describes Laid Back as a crisp, clean, and endlessly drinkable lager. Classic refreshment and laid back tropical energy. It's an easygoing beer made for fridge stocking, sunny days, and everyday hang. So they're one of our favorite lager breweries. Light lagers are trickier to make than you might imagine, but I figured, what's there to lose? Let's grab a lager and drink it together. So we're gonna do that right now. John's already in. I'm gonna take my sip. John, what's your initial thoughts?
It doesn't taste like a light. You're right, light lager. It's the simplest thing, but oftentimes so hard to produce. This doesn't remind me of Bud Light or any of the beers I drank when I was growing up, but it has a little more kick. It has a little more flavor. I almost feel like I want to say there's like a little fruity hint or something happening in here. Like I'm digging. It tastes like a lager.
It is like that lemongrass note that I like. That's in can be in a lot of lighter lagers. I'm getting that a bit. It's good. It's crazy light. This is gonna disappear extremely quickly. But this is like the perfect lawnmower beer. It's a beer to drink when you don't know what to drink. Much like last beer that we did, something cold from
Edmund's Oast.
Edmund's Oast, thank you, John. Similar vibe. This one a lager, that one a blonde ale, but this is a beer that I could smash, and the name alone makes me laugh. Love puns and love just the Hawaiian vibes. That's again a big draw.
It says vacation. It says relaxation.
Vacation in a can. So we're gonna enjoy this and hopefully discover some other puns as we rip through the Fast Five in just a moment. But first, okay, quick reminder. We don't do ads on this show. We're podcasting out of a studio that smells like beer and music. So if you like what you hear, tell a friend. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, hit us on TikTok, whatever. Find us on beermethatmovie.com. We're also on all the socials, even MySpace. We have a top 8.
And now for something I saw at a grocery store when I was 8 years old, and it has haunted me ever since.
Oh, good. Here we go.
I want to talk about Lunchables.
Beautiful.
Not the ones you know, the deluxe, the ultimate. The Lunchables that came in a box shaped like a briefcase and had a little juice box and a tiny napkin folded like it was going to a business meeting.
It was a brown bag lunch for a CEO.
And the pizza one, that laminated ham and cheese that you had to kind of assemble. It was like a craft project for lunch. And I, at 8 years old, was not qualified to operate that. I had never seen laminate before. Was it food? Was it plywood? Was it protection for the cheese? Why was it done that way?
Right, like a ham shield.
Exactly like a ham shield. I was in the cafeteria constructing my food, and the kid next to me already had eaten his, and I was going after it for seconds. I was still in the middle of laminating. The ham was cold. The cheese was a concept, and the cookie.
Oh, right.
Oh, Harrison, the chocolate chip cookie that came in every Lunchable, and it was like placed in its own separate compartment, like it was too important for the meat.
It was the executive dessert, protected.
It knew exactly what it was. We knew what it was. And every single Lunchable had exactly that one cookie. So if you had a sibling, there was going to be violence. There was silence, and then there was violence.
You learned early about resource scarcity.
I learned early about the will of a chocolate chip cookie, and it was unstoppable. And it's back on the shelves now. Adults are buying it for themselves, and they put it in the microwave, Harrison.
It's a full circle moment.
The ham shield is back.
So to Lunchables and to the microwave in the back of my 1954 Coupe Chrysler MeatWagon. We're full neutral dropping until the tires are gone and we're grinding metal rims down to the sparks in this Fast 5. Throw the buckle out the window and hit your head on the steering wheel. Let's do this.
No, officer, I'm not having a seizure.
You're having a seizure.
We're starting this one out with beer number 1 from Ben H., who checked in a beer from Blackstack Brewing. We saw them in our last Fast 5.
Yes.
This beer is called Estate Sale.
Estate sale, okay.
If you've got a mother-in-law or a wife, you've probably learned what these are.
Right.
And
pulled over rapidly on a Saturday to go to one.
We can get a painting that doesn't fit in our house.
Or our car.
So here's my take on how we could maybe make this a movie.
Okay.
It's a period piece.
Oh.
And we have an estate sale. Maybe it's not even a period. Hold on, I'm changing it before I've even said what it is.
Perfect.
Happens in modern times.
Okay.
We have a new couple, idyllic, moves into their new house, and and the neighbor comes by and is like, "Oh, Jim up the road's having an estate sale. Y'all should go check it out. Get the stuff you need to fill up this new house." Perfect. All right, great. Reckon we be good neighbors. Cheers, all that stuff. And so there's a new couple's like, "Well, I guess we'll go check out Jim's place and we'll fill up our old Toyota Tacoma with crap for the house." And they get to the estate sale, and here's where I'm going to leave you hanging and hope we don't just have to delete this. Jim's estate sale, he's selling people, Harrison.
Just openly selling people?
Just we're doing this here. And we're in rural Missouri.
Okay, well, and it's modern.
But it's today. Yeah, it's happening today. We're in a very small, like, sundowner village. We learned right away.
Right.
And maybe Ben and his wife, maybe they bought this house on purpose. Maybe she's a trad wife and he's a up and coming, very right leaning senator, isolation. Who knows? Maybe it has nothing to do with slavery or race. Maybe they're just selling people. We could probably get away with this. They're selling people that drove through the town with out of state license plate or something.
Okay, so it's against their will that they're being sold.
Yep. Yeah, for sure. Most people that are being sold.
Well, Because I got the original idea when you said that. I first thought of kind of Nope or Jordan Peele movies where there's just an eerie. It always starts with some eerie thing that doesn't quite make sense. What if it's people being sold, but they're not? Like, oh God, please free me, but instead kind of autonomous or like, very deadpan. And yes, I would love to come help clean your house. I hear you just moved in. I can help with everything. Please buy me.
I like this direction a lot better. I think this this is good for the YouTube algorithm.
It's almost like there's this old brain teaser called The Pig That Wants to Be Eaten, which simply asks, if there's a pig that can talk and it's intelligent and it comes and it says, yes, I can't wait to be big. I can't wait to feed your whole family. Is it unethical to kill it? If it wants to be eaten, if that's its destiny. And there's a writer. It's just it's a mechanism to have a conversation. Yeah. Exactly. It's a thought experiment. But that's the vibe I think we can safely get from this. If these people are being sold but seem to want to be sold to you, I think Ben and his wife are kind of like, what the hell is this? And shocked that these people are excited to be sold. And the movie is us unwinding what's happening here. Are they, people trapped inside these bodies that don't want to be sold, which we can't do because that's what, spoiler alert, happens in a Jordan Peele movie. Is it they're misunderstanding what's going on? Are they actually entering into some other secret agreement by buying one of these people? You also decide to be one and they can take your place by, whatever, completing some task. Obviously I don't have the whole picture, but I like this idea that we're shocked in the beginning by a house selling people that want to be
but then
sold.
It becomes so normal very quickly.
Sure,
because the people are like, no.
It's weird.
I like the idea that the people want to be sold, and maybe Ben and his wife initially are like, this is weird. We're not going to do this. We have a Roomba, and that's already too much.
That's as much as far as
we
go.
Early on, Act 1, Act 2, they say like, okay, yeah, let's try it. Obviously, the whole town has these helpers.
Has helpers.
And eventually, maybe at late Act 3, we learn kind of what's going on behind this. But the idea that it starts with such an absurd concept, and everyone in the town is like, I got three. I got three in my house right now.
Can't believe it. It's great. Right. Of course, it's amazing. No, to lift a finger.
Way better than AI.
Right. Yeah. Right. We could play that angle too of kind of the non-AI help, but what strings are tied to that and the relationship. And
you have to feed. You'd want to feed them. It's an investment.
Sure. Or do they just kind of at night not go to a room and sleep, but just sit at the kitchen table and I'll go to bed. Don't worry about me. Go to bed. And you come down the next morning, they're still sitting there, kind of in a daze. And then when they recognize you're in the room, they stand up and start making coffee. Are they even people? I mean, we can beer me this movie 7 ways to Sunday. And
the question is, where are these people coming? Where are these people? That's the question that I think we have to answer.
Where are they coming from? What do they really want? What are we doing here? This would be quite the mind teaser for us to unravel and then re-ravel for you. But we're always up to the challenge. It's giving me Fourth Dose vibes a little bit, John.
Yeah,
we're going to go real crazy with it.
Whoever is the owner of this estate is going to be, that'll be Act 3.
Yeah,
probably.
Right. And we could get deep with it. Maybe it's not even an estate at all. Maybe it's some other thing. Some like in Windows seat Daydream. We're in a different reality. I don't want to go too far down that road because obviously if we do now, it'll ruin it for the movie. But I like this. This is good. I think we're safe.
Thank you very much, Harrison.
It's a thought experiment. And it would be entertaining. We haven't done a movie like that in a while, like Fourth Dose and Windows seat Daydream. So I'd be up for it.
Whew. Okay.
John breathes a sigh of relief.
I don't have to delete this. I think we're safe. We're going to move on to beer number 2.
Selling humans is not cool, but I do want to find out what happens in this movie.
Beer number 2 comes from Chris, made by Small Pony Barrel Works. Aren't all ponies small? That could be redundant, but
a little bit.
Maybe it's extra small pony.
Unless there are some giant ponies there I don't know about.
That's a horse.
That is a horse.
This beer is called Creatures of My Dreams.
Creatures of My Dreams. All right.
I think so far we're on kind of like a horror movie trend with 2 beers in. It's not technically a trend yet, but here's what I think of for this.
Okay.
Obviously the title lends a lot of context here, but the premise that I come up with is Chris, our protagonist, goes to sleep like so many of us, right? Let's pretend we all have a dream every single night. That's not unreasonable to believe.
Sure.
Sometimes you can remember a little bit, sometimes you can't, but it's not uncommon that you might have a dream every night.
There you go.
Chris can remember most of his dreams, but what happens is when he wakes up, some of the things from his dreams have become true.
Okay.
And the course of this movie is learning that, like, there's these creatures that influence or maybe are part of Chris's dreams. And when he wakes up, maybe he dreams about having a crispy ham and cheese biscuit for breakfast. And when he wakes up, he sees like dirty dishes in the sink and ham on the counter and scrambled eggs and a biscuit. And he's like, am I starting to sleepwalk?
Right.
And
is the Ambien kicking in? He's made a whole Thanksgiving dinner.
It all started. And I think the quest of this movie is like learning, is Chris sleepwalking? Are these creatures really doing, and the creatures are doing stuff like you can't control your dreams. So then maybe this bad stuff could happen and Chris is now like afraid to go to sleep, or I don't know exactly where we go from here.
I got it. Okay. So I got this. So I love it. Love where we are. I think two things or one and a half things. I think in order for this to work, something has to happen to Chris in the beginning of the movie. Like he discovers an old totem at an estate sale, or he inherits a haunted backpack or something. Something enters his life that will become the mechanism for his dreams to maybe become real or not. I like the idea of like, right, these creatures are, something is going on in his house at night. Is he sleepwalking, or is he manifesting some kind of dream creatures to come in and do all his laundry, make him food, innocuous stuff at first, but then like the neighbor's dog keeps pooping in his lawn, ends up dead on his doorstep. And did the creatures do this? Did it just happen? Did I do this? So it's a little bit of a psychological thriller, and I like that it turns from dreams to nightmares. And what he's got to do is figure out how to stop it, whether it's it started out as good, now he's lost control of it. And while you're right, most people can't control their dreams, the ability to lucid dream, to control your dreams, does exist. And so I'm imagining he meets some witch, some gypsy person, whatever, teaches him how to, scientist at a community college,
sexy nun
college, teaches him how to lucid dream. And that's where the third act takes place, in his dreams itself, where he meets these creatures, and we can finish it all there. But I love this idea of the dreams maybe coming to life, and then if we realize they do or they don't, we can take it from there. But there could be a showdown in Dreamland waiting for us in Act 3 before these creatures get out of his house and start taking over the town.
Honestly, I'm setting him up and you're just knocking him down tonight.
This would be good.
I think I love the psychological thriller angle.
There's a mystery.
Like his boss got into a car accident, so he didn't have to worry about his work report. But
there's a claw mark on the car that we don't recognize. Too big to be a bear. Yeah, this is good. This could get real creepy. Real quick, and these creatures could be like gremlins almost, or maybe at first in his dreams they're nice and fuzzy, but
they're
then
Gizmo.
Yes, they turn into long-limbed, skinny, sharp fingernailed creeps.
Gray, black, shiny skin. Yeah, with a white mohawk.
Drinking
I don't
beer
know if we can do that exactly,
right? But we can figure it out.
I think for me, it's exciting to think like what would you do if you couldn't control your dreams, but they influenced reality? Like that would be exciting and terrifying.
Right. Yes, exactly. Especially if you had no control over it at the beginning. I like this idea that it gets out of control and he has to figure out a way to get it back under control, as we all do. And then he's a man who controls his own dreams, and maybe I don't want to give it away, but there could be a fun ending there of once you learn to control your dreams, but also know that you can make your dreams a reality. What kind of person do you become?
True. I'm envisioning the ending just being him going to sleep, like on a big decision or something.
Sure.
But who knows how it ends or if it even gets made. Well, technically you do if you vote for it immediately, because we're getting ready to go to beer number 3.
Making it immediately.
One time I had a nightmare about sexy nuns. My sheets were soaked when I woke up.
Beer number 3, it always shifts. And I think here, well, we might go, okay, let me not get ahead of myself. This beer comes from Shane, who works at Q Beer. And cool. Shane checks in a lot of dope beers.
Yes.
This one's made by New Jersey Beer Company. Nice. And the name of it is All This from a Slice of Gabagool.
Gabagool.
It's got a picture of Tony Soprano on the can. New Jersey Beer Company. Yep. I mean, it's a perfect little Italian thing.
Yep.
And you might find yourself wondering, how do you make a movie called All This from a Slice of Gabagool? Does it star Stanley Tucci? Maybe. But if you have a catalog as large as ours and you've been a fan for a while, you might remember a beer called The Hustle is Weird, about a boy or a young man that takes a job from an Italian deli owner, delivering rolled up carpets full of demons, and then fighting the demons with his baseball skills.
That's right.
So I think if we make this, it's a sequel to The Hustle is Weird.
That would be amazing, John. Holy crap. That was one of my favorites, one of our favorites.
We had a lot of fun. Harrison did the best Italian accents.
That's right. Could have been on Kissing Ladies' Toes on Broadway or whatever that was. Yes, it was a lot of fun, me trying to do an Italian accent and failing again and again. And cool story. Yeah, but we saw this and we're like, oh my gosh, Gabagool's in the title. The Gabagools were what they were hunting, and Hustle is Weird. We gotta do this. So, boy, oh boy, do we have much more of a movie? I mean, I don't know if we do. This would essentially be just The Hustle is Weird as a sequel. So if you want us to do that, we'll figure it out. But I'm imagining it's something like, I mean, we left off with the main character of The Hustle is Weird kind of returning to his original path that he was knocked off of, as he was kind of on the upward trajectory of becoming a professional baseball player, and then got injured and his life went in the gutter, and the deli job and the demons and all that stuff. But he was back on top at the end. So maybe it's something like that, where he's trying to make it in the big leagues, but the demons aren't done with him yet, and they ever try to interfere. It's the opposite of Angels in the Outfield. It's demons in the infield,
devils in the
devils
dugout.
Yes. And does he eat a magical slice of gabagool that saves him, makes it worse?
I think he has to go back. We got to bring the deli owner back.
Oh yeah, the whole deli team, that whole crew.
Everything you say, Harrison, I'm gonna say, yeah, but say it like an Italian deli owner.
Yes, and it'll be an exhausting night for me, but a hilarious result for everybody else, and it'll all be worth it. But this is. I mean, I would love to return to Hustle's Weird Land.
That was one of my favorite movies we've made. A lot of fun.
Maybe All This from a Slice of Gabagool is our ticket back to that train. But you guys got to vote for it if you want it to happen. So if you do, now's the time.
True. Not a lot laid out. You're basically just voting for a sequel. We're gonna go back to Untappd and come back with beer number 4.
Gabagool. Ahem, gabagool. AIs can't do Italian.
Here comes beer number 4, checked in by Ty, made by Parrish. Great brewery. And this beer is called simply one word, Bloom.
Bloom. Orlando.
Think of
Bloom.
Okay. Yeah. What's your elven eyes see?
There you go.
Orcs. Okay. Lots of orcs. Awesome. I'm getting the elf out of here.
I'm out. Save one over yourself. So, okay. Bloom. Not Orlando Bloom, but this kind of, for whatever reason, kind of gave me some creepy horror vibes right away, John.
That's where we are.
Even though Bloom is about life and rebirth and whatever, things that bloom. I mean, that's not always a good thing. And so the baby thought here of this movie is we have, well, I guess it'll be Ty returning home to their town that they grew up in. And I think for the story to make sense, they were either adopted or like their family married into it. Stepbrother, half brother, something going on with Ty that'll be important later.
Ty's not a pure blood.
Yes. Returns to this town around May Day. They always have a huge festival for the blooming of the
tulips.
Sure. Well, tulips. Maybe we'll make up a cooler name for it, for the flower.
Three lips.
The three lips. The three lips. That's what it is. It's the three lips. This really rare flower that only exists in this one town.
This town's in Maine.
Okay, for sure. I was hoping Sweden, but we can do Maine.
Okay,
Maine is fine. Maine's better. Let's do Maine.
Maine is the Sweden of the U.S.
That's what they say. So it says on all the postcards in really small letters. So that's right. They're in Maine, in his hometown, for this big festival when all the thrulips bloom. And it's the first time he's been back since he's been a kid. A lot of foggy memories about it from when he was a child. He's been gone for 10 years. He's returned for the first time. And what we learned pretty quickly is that when these flowers bloom in this town, something's released that does something to everybody in the town except for Ty. He's not impacted, or so it appears, the same as everybody else. So do they become under a trance? Do they freeze? Do they become zombie people? Do they become fall in love with each other? Do they, that I don't know. That's where my ideas kind of fall off the edge, John, and then I pass it off to you. But that's what I've got. A town, magic flowers, they bloom once a year. This wild tradition happens, and Ty experiences it for the first time as a man, and maybe that uncovers some repressed memories of when he was a child, and maybe it impacted him differently when he was there. Maybe we deal with that, maybe we don't. But magic Thrullip Town,
the blooming of the
thrulips. But what does it do? I don't know.
No AI is going to be able to transcribe that for the YouTube captions. Thrulips. Good luck.
Thrulips.
Okay, so a couple ideas. One, we're going in a direction that we would have went with Chant from Burial in our last Fast Five, and I love that idea.
Yes,
you got like the town. Another thing that I learned recently because of social media.
Yep.
Is that, and honestly, I'm going to preface this by saying I don't know if it's true because I don't know if anything's true anymore.
It's not.
But
nothing is.
There's a slug sort of animal that lives in the ocean, and when it eats things, it becomes those things. Like if it eats a venomous jellyfish, it becomes venomous. If it eats a plant, it can become sort of photosynthetic.
I like this. I like where you're
then
going.
it can like create its own energy from the light. So I want to go there with it. So like when the bloom happens, the native people of this small town in Maine, the bloom, and they experience some sort of enlightenment trance-like state where they're able to sustain themselves on the energy from the sun, and no one's eating because the sun is feeding them. And they're almost like a hybrid between plant life and human life. And it gets there's a weird scene where all the people are like humping the trees and the plants and stuff, except for Ty, and maybe one friend that he brought or something. Like maybe it's just Ty. But there has to be someone to help move the story along. And I don't. Ty has to discover like why his mom and dad are having a three-way with the hosta plant. And yes, that brings back memories of him like kind of watching this, and he was never invited to the thruple blooming as a child. I
love it.
We're not going to answer it in the Fast Five. This has to become a movie for us to really flesh it out. Harrison's going to have to get into botany.
Sounds good.
Human botany hybrids,
thruples and thrulips. Yes. But photosynthetic sex making, there's a marketing in there. There's an option. There's a window. Creepy cult town vibes. It's kind of a horror thriller. Yeah, I like Bloom. Maybe it ends with the people that are absorbing the sun energy. They just die and lay down and become the flowers of next year. Maybe something else happens where they escape, or Ty becomes consumed in the fields of blooming flowers and can't get out. And we got our sad ending. We don't know, but if you want to find out, vote for this beer, and we'll put our noggins together and punch out some kind of story.
I just got a good sad ending. Vote for Bloom. Vote for Bloom. Give John his sad ending.
One time I bought a girl flowers. It was for a funeral.
For our fifth and final beer of this Fast Five, it comes from Julie, who checked in a beer made by Away Days Brewing out of Portland, Oregon.
Love it.
And it's called Going Up.
Going up. Going up.
Isn't that the thing you want to do?
Ding, ding. That's right. I'm trying to do for years and just kind of coasting on a plateau.
They say peaks and valleys, and then
yes,
the
most of the long has been
valley.
a long plateau or a deep, deep valley. Going up. I like this. A lot of things come to mind. Is this a horror movie about an elevator? Is this a movie about World War I and trench warfare? Or maybe it's about being like promoted, John, and you're going up, you're moving up in life, you're going up, and you meet the CEO of the company and you think you've got it made, and it's not what you thought. Something's awry, something's amiss.
Okay. I'm going to combine all three of those.
Okay.
So it's an elevator horror movie.
Love it.
Sure. It's what was it you said? It's
World War One.
World War
One.
One.
Yeah.
And the other one?
CEO. CEO isn't who you thought or what you thought.
CEO is not who you thought. So it's an elevator horror movie where the CEO is not who you thought, and war is hell.
Yes.
And the way these connect together is it's Going Up is a movie about how the best people from hell get a chance to go up and come back to earth. And down in hell, it's not actually as bad as the Catholic Church would make you believe.
Of course.
Hell is effectively, it's like a frat party. And maybe it's a little bit like hell because you weren't necessarily invited and you weren't the quarterback, so no one really talks to you. So you just stand there and pump the beer keg and you're like,
could be
I
worse.
guess, I'll take what's left at the end of the night.
Could be pineapples in my butt right now.
And exactly. At least I'm not here in day one anymore. At least I'm not a pledge anymore.
All right.
And then once in a while, like you do something good for hell. Maybe that is like you organize the spreadsheet that no one ever wanted to touch. Like,
Right.
You did a great job. We're going to send you back up to earth. Just go up there, fuck with them.
Okay.
So this is a movie called Going Up about Julie, who was sentenced to hell.
Of course. Sorry,
And then
Julie.
she did good for hell. She did great. So they were like,
Good job, Julie.
You're a great performer. Your mid-year review is up, and I want to give you 9.5. Like that's as high as I can give anyone. We're not allowed to give out 10s.
You know what that means? You're going up.
You're going up, and then Julie gets a chance to come back to Earth, and she becomes a CEO.
Okay.
And we could say that all CEOs are just transplanted here from hell. We could probably say that, but
Wouldn't be wrong.
we'll just say that Julie comes back from hell.
Got it.
And so this movie called Going Up is about Julie from hell. It sounded better in my head.
Well, I see it. Yeah. We don't need to go too deep into it, but right, was she sent to? Gosh, was she mislabeled and sent to hell, and now she's back and has plans to not do good, but do things differently.
I want to make
trying
it a revenge
to go.
tour.
Sure. So that's the one way I was going to get there.
Okay, sorry.
Does she go and try to get into heaven? But she's sorry. Once you're in hell, Julie, keep trying to walk old ladies across the street. We're just going to send semi trucks for her. You're bad. All right. You're going.
You got that mark. It's on your permanent record.
Right.
It's the only time your permanent record matters is heaven and hell.
Right. So she could try to get out and again fail and keep getting sent back, or just know that there's only one destiny for her when she dies again or gets called back to hell or whatever. So it could be that. Could be a revenge tour type movie where she gets back up there and she's like, well, I know who sent me down there, and now I've got hell powers to use, and goes and kind of hunts people down that wronged her. But we follow I guess we could follow Julie, but also maybe like an intern who is like promoted that day to be Julie's assistant, who's wrapped into this. CEO said that we need to go rob a bank because she needs resources while she's on Earth. So I just graduated from college 3 days ago, so I don't know if this is weird or if this is normal.
I have to nail this one. My LinkedIn career depends on it.
She gets unlimited coffee, so it's not all bad. So something like that, and maybe it's kind of like some horror, dark comedy type thing, like the opposite of Defend Your Life with Albert Brooks, where it's like coming back and you're like making sure you get back into hell by what you do on your return trip to Earth. Maybe she's got to cause a certain amount of havoc in a certain amount of time, or her passport back expires, then she's just alive on Earth. Which
could we?
People don't want to do.
Would we lose half of our? I think it's 68% of age Americans are prescribed to Christianity. So
sure.
Might lose a chunk of audience. What if she went going up was straight to heaven? What if hell like sneaks her into heaven and she gets up there and then she's like, you guys need to lighten up.
You're going to the big up.
I'm going to show you what a frat party looks like.
Right.
And it's her disrupting heaven. And that could be too far of a change.
Well, maybe that's how it ends. It ends with her accidentally saving
you have been promoted
life.
Again.
Right. She breaks the cycle that everyone else is stuck in, where once you're always in hell, maybe accidentally. So she's right. She's the bad girl at the frat party that, she'll hold your hair out of the toilet while you're puking, but she'll also be the one.
She's the reason you're puking.
Spikes your drink and sends you there in the first place. So Julie's a mixed bag. Trip 1 on Earth sent her to hell. Trip 2, does she go back, or does something happen? The dice roll Julie's way this time, but wherever she ends up, she's gonna be pro, let's get a keg and let's have a good time. And maybe that's exactly what heaven needs, John.
She is the party.
Certainly what Earth needs a little more of. Where did all those parties go? Where are those keggers in the woods? That still happen? Hopefully they are right now. Somewhere. There's always a kegger in the woods happening somewhere,
not
John.
Enough in my life, but yes, someone I hope is enjoying it.
Me too. Running from the cops right now.
Flowers, human sales, hell redemption. Glad I'm not a decision maker AI.
5 beers have entered the arena of this Fast Five, but only 4 will make it out for you to vote on to become next week's feature film episode. That means one of these beers needs to go the way of the tearaway pants.
That's right, it does. Okay, so to recap, we have Estate Sale, Creature of My Dreams, all this from a slice of Gabagool, Bloom, and
Going Up.
Going Up. Shoot. These are all really good, John.
None of them were bad.
There isn't one in this batch where I'm like, nah, not today, not tomorrow, not next week.
Okay, how about this then? Instead of you having to kill a beer idea one more time,
okay, we
go back and forth and pick the one we like the most until there's only one left, and that's the one that gets sent going down.
We've done this forever, John. That one's going down. Yeah. The others are going up, at least for another week. Okay, fine. You go first.
Okay, first pick, Estate Sale.
Okay, then I've got Creature of My Dreams.
Okay. Second pick, All This from a Slice of Gabagool.
Yeah, we can't not include.
Got to include the sequel opportunity.
Son of a gun.
Damn, now you have to pick.
Still comes down to me. It always does. Well,
at least it's only down to 2, Bloom or Going Up.
And it was going to be. Shoot. Well, all right, fine. I think I like, as fun as Going Up just was, I think I like Bloom more.
I agree.
I like the idea of a town thrown into madness or whatever, and
having sex with trees.
Tree sex, sure. Don't get enough love. So let's keep Bloom. We'll shuffle Going Up right into the Goodwill bag of life, and it'll probably end up in the vault, as all good little beer movie ideas do. But that's not to be voted on next week. So you guys have Estate Sale, Creature of My Dreams, All This from a Slice of Gabagool, and Bloom as your 4. So get your votes in. we record the feature film tomorrow, like literally tomorrow. So there is no delay. If you don't vote, then the spell wears off and John and I turn back into hamsters forever.
I can't go back to eating pill-shaped food again. It tasted good enough, but hamsters make also pill-shaped poop. And let's just say with a hamster brain, I ended up eating a lot of poop. So please vote for your favorite right now as soon as you can. Go to Instagram, find Harry's post, and vote.
That's right. And until then, peace,
punch,
and give me your hamster poop.